Oh, Daybreak Africa. Alright, guys, so today I'm on the road now. I'm heading to one producer who have been in South Africa almost 52 years now. The guy has never gone home. He's from Ghana. He does produce music, he shoots music videos and all that, but it's been ages since the guy brought a project out there, so I don't know if Aina Nyuko or maybe the talent Fedile na Akitse. So guys, I'm heading off to Tembisa now. Right now, Kimo Centurion. So I'm heading off to Tembisa just to ask him a couple of questions. Braya Kadintang, why are you not producing again? If Aina Nyuko, maybe we're gonna have to contribute for him. So yes, guys, let's get straight into Tembisa. Yes.
Yeah.
We are here in Tembisa. I've been walking all the way from Centurion. Centurion is like from Kumasi to Nungwa. Awapa is very far. I came all the way, this man over here. Jump the next street, swim the river, jump on top of the crocodile. You get me there. I'm here packed with my car. I've been going a long way. Sanwada. Ernest, how you doing? You're not speaking tree today. All English. I mean, my viewers are 90% South Africans, and in fact 95% South Africans and 5% Ghanaians. And this guy is trying to tell me that he wants to speak Ghana language here. This guy, we're gonna ban him, man. So yeah, today we're just going to ask you a couple of questions based on your career, not the Zion Felix kind of interview, man. So what happened is recently you were in Pretoria, right?
Yeah.
But you're no longer staying in Sunnyside.
I've no idea what you want to ask, but if you ask the questions, give me time to answer also. Okay.
This nigga is too scared of the questions, but I mean, it's just a random questions, man. So are you still into the media production work, or you stop?
I'm still into media, just that I've branched out into other things also, because you cannot be doing one thing all the time, all of your life. So yeah, we started with production, and to answer your question, I've always been in Pretoria. I only came to Tembisa a couple of months ago to start a new business. Yeah, so that is why I'm here.
Don't you think that you are sleeping much more on the media career than whatever job that you have now? It looks like these days you no longer produce. Almost 10 years now. He hasn't even brought a video out there. I mean, if you follow him, you know what I'm talking about. The last video, if I'm not mistaken, was with a Nigerian artist in Sunnyside. That is what I know of. Since then, nothing else. I think that was 1982.
Vimy, the fact that I am not producing movies for myself, that doesn't mean I'm not producing at all. The reason why you were chasing me and you couldn't even locate where I was is because Namisha baby I'm editing. So yeah. So when it comes to my career, there's nothing like I'm sinking in the career. I do what brings me money.
Consistency, man. Don't you think consistency also counts, man? I mean, you can't be on and off. In the media industry, you must, I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. To cut a long story short, I'm a producer, and I produce for either myself or for other production companies or individuals. So if I'm not producing for myself, probably then I'm producing for someone, and that is what is maybe keeping me away from producing for myself.
Nigerians do complain. Nigerians in Sunnyside, they do complain when now you're expensive when it comes to shooting. I don't know if it is about the price or it is about the quality or what you produce out there. What is your take? Because there are a lot of people that I know. I mean, they do know as well in terms of what I've been shooting previously. And you know. So what is your take based on what they're saying?
About my pricing?
About your production. They're saying, hey, Ernest, you can't afford him.
Ernest, he doesn't produce better quality. What Ernest is gonna take long to give you. You must pay him in full. I mean, I'll go for Steve instead of Ernest. You've been here. I mean, you can't. This guy wants to pretend here.
Okay, first of all, those people who are complaining, you see, there is something that you see about a producer that will attract you to go to that particular producer. So if you've seen something that I have produced, and then you fell in love with what I have produced, and then you come to me to produce for you, don't see what you saw as a chicken change. Investment went into it. That is why it looks the way it looked. That got you interested. So now you come, I tell you what it's going to take to produce that same thing, and then you complain about pricing.
The main problem was they said you shot one video for them, and then there was a particular guy who directed. Who was that? Big Fred, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, follow some more. We are not in Sunnyside, but we follow gossip. All gossip around we will hear. So yes, they said you did not put the guy's handle in the video and this and that because of this. I don't know what is the main issue, but they said you were being selfish on that particular video. Yeah, that's what they do say. I mean, I don't want to mention names of the exact people who said that, but you announce it. And I may catch it. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, just ask me, how did I hear about this?
Okay. I don't even want to know how you heard about it, but I know rumor do spread around. What I say. So, what exactly the issue is with that particular story is that the fact that maybe you come to me and say, let's shoot this concept, and then we go on set, and then you are the one that brought the people around. You are the one that is in charge of maybe collating the people, organizing the people, putting things together and stuff. That doesn't make you a director. Do you understand? So probably I'm dealing with someone who thought because he has the concept, he brought the people, indirectly he produced it, automatically makes him a director.
I mean, you could give him some credit since he helped in terms of the...
We give credit to who credit is due. Okay? If I've worked with producers who come to me with a script and say, Ernest, this is my script, produce for me. I cannot finish the movie and put your name there as the director of the movie just because you came up with the concept. You may have the concept, but someone had to put them together. During editing, you might have a director who would want to come and sit with you, and some of them will even choose the shots you must take. That doesn't make them the editor. So, if you come to me with a concept, with a script, we go on set, you put things together, we do the shoot, it doesn't make you a director. So it was almost like these guys were asking for something beyond what they actually did. And there was a conversation in that particular story which Big Fred said, you know what, I'm trying to do something, so just put my name there as the director.
You guys already spoke about the whole thing before it even started.
We didn't speak about it, but when I first sent them the... Wait, first of all, I hope this conversation is not about that.
We're still coming. I mean, we still have almost 2 hours to finish here. So let's go on. More have a conversation before the whole thing started, or it was just, I want to start directing and then put my name there.
The thing is, everybody knows that...
Because I know Big Fred he's also into this media kind of thing. He's a event organizers and all that. So I mean, a little bit of credit in the video would have helped. I mean, so also boy, so Big Fred see video nima. I think he's also he deserves something in the scene.
Okay, Vimy, one thing you must know is that music video is not like a movie. Okay? Movie, you can even credit the driver who was transporting people around, whom nobody saw. You can credit the one who cooked the food that people ate on set. You can credit the person who even assisted with certain type of funds. But with the music video, where I'm trying to understand where these credits must go. So if you are not happy that I'm supposed to have given you a particular type of credit, it doesn't still change the fact that the job has been done. And I do not want to have any form of confrontation with people concerning I do not want to have certain type of confrontation with people concerning what you should have done and what you didn't do. Because look, you work with people, you cannot please everybody. Big Fred, like we still buddies, we still talk. When he came to me and he initiated the project, we discussed, and then at some point he was like, put my name there as a director. In the meantime, I still have some of the footage that we shot with my phone behind the scenes. I'm still the one holding the camera. I'm still the one directing the person in front of the camera. I'm still the one directing the person performing in front of the camera. So if you just want a title so that you can upgrade or maybe put your brand on a certain pedestal, we don't have to fight about it. I've shot movies, I've done big projects that I didn't even put my name on. And the reason why they are saying I'm expensive is that, honestly speaking, my job speaks for itself. Do you understand? I don't just price because I feel like I deserve that money. I price because I know my worth. And if you bring a project to me and I know I can nail it, I charge. That is what I do for a living. I'm not doing favors. I'm not running a charity. I do this for a living. So if you come to me and I feel like this job might take me 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and I'm charging you plus minus, let's say 10,000. What you must know is that for the next 2-3 weeks, I don't have to touch any other project or any other thing that is going to bring me money but yours. Until I am done with your project, I can't do any other project. So if you have somebody who's going to do it for you for 2,000 and you will still be satisfied with what the person gave you.
So there you have it, guys. We are not even leaving anything out here. We started from A to Z. So yeah, this is a rumor that is going on in Sunnyside. A whole lot of Nigerians complaining. This man is this, this man is that. In case you don't know, Mr. Ernest is a movie director, producer, just name it, businessman. Oh yeah, baby. Talking of pricing, when you shoot, let's say a music video, how much do you charge? Let's not talk about the one that you shot for them, but what are your price range?
You see, this business, it's not like pricing on the shelves where you go to ShopRite and then you have soap has got its own price, liquor has got its own price. It doesn't work like that. When it comes to production, it is the what do you call it? I've forgotten the word, but let's say the things you put together. That is what determines the price. Okay. You're
saying the prices do differ; they are not the same.
Yes, the logistics and the kind of I should say the logistics. Yeah, because I've shot a music video in this country that cost about 200K.
200K.
Yeah.
Who did you shot that for?
Okay.
Casper or AK? Or?
These guys came from Ghana. Oh, okay. They came from Ghana, and in the music video, they wanted a Lamborghini, they wanted Ferrari, they wanted helicopters, they wanted expensive house.
So basically, it all depends on what they need in the video.
Yes. So it is not like I charged them 200K and then it all went into my pocket. If you check that video, it's called Live Wire.
By who? Which artist?
The artist is called Fanley. Around that time, he was being managed by a guy called Osikenia Brantier. You check. So if you check that music video, you would see why it cost 200K. And then there's somebody who brought a video which cost like 2,000.
So music video.
Well, that is what the person said they could afford. So
accepted.
I'm coming to that. So you see somebody who saw that video that I shot, the models, the house, the logistics, everything. You saw it. You are even happy with the quality. Then you come to me. You want to shoot a music video. And then I tell you, okay, look, this is the minimum we can go, depending on the concept of your music video. Your concept doesn't talk too much about flashy lifestyle, no models. Like it's a music video where we can go to a free location and shoot.
Like for me, nothing I get.
You see, there are certain concepts that will require you to go to free locations. And there are certain concepts that will require you to go to paid locations. So probably you might have seen something that I shot. You don't even consider that sometimes even the cameras that I use to shoot, I may have to go and rent them because I don't have the top-notch cameras. Do you understand? So let's say I have to shoot with a drone. I have to shoot with maybe 2 cameras or 1 camera. And even with the camera, we are looking about maybe 5 to 10K per day camera. You understand? All these things are in it. And for me, because I want a type of quality that will put my name on a certain standard, there are certain jobs I don't take. There are certain jobs I don't take. So if you come to me and we need a drone, don't forget that the drone must come with a pilot. I'm not a pilot. I don't fly drones. So if you come to me and then your concept, you are telling me, no, I need a drone shot. Now I have to call a drone guy to come with the drone and come and pilot the drone. Who's going to pay that guy? And your budget is 5,000. So if your budget is 5,000, and let's say I can be able to put 1 and 2 together and shoot for you, and then you still go behind my back and be saying that I'm expensive, it's not like I was collecting that money to eat.
Expensive in Yinchaso before these guys come and slap us here. I'm very close to them. They might come and hey, Nigerians, man, you don't play. Man, Oscar, too much money. If you look behind here, this is Mitsubishi. We are selling it straight from Europe. We all need dollars, sir. You can't afford it. So if you're interested, I'm serious. On a serious note, we're selling this car behind. So if you're interested, just inbox me. We will talk. You can even get 50% off. We're not joking here. This is Black Friday. And we're shooting this video on Friday. Today is Friday. Yeah, so Black Friday. So based on all what you've been doing, all the craft and project that you've been shooting here in South Africa, do you maybe have aims of going back to Ghana to continue whatever you are doing in terms of your media career?
You see, good thing about Krache, Ube steady wati. No, you see, good thing about my career is that I took time and I learned a lot. So I have impacted a lot of knowledge into what I do. So if I have to go back home to Ghana, which is something that I am actually thinking of, course, I've had a lot of producers approach me to come to Ghana. Some are even willing. They are like, if it is a ticket for you to come back, we are going to provide. So to go to Ghana, yes, I've had offers from
as like one show, one contract, or one video, or to come stay forever.
No, there are people who are calling me to come and stay and work.
Oh, okay, like a company.
Yeah.
So then, what are you waiting for?
You see, that is where they will start saying Ernest is expensive. Because I've been able to build myself to this level that I know how much I can make per project. So if I come and I work for you, that means I'm going to make that money for you, and then you are going to pay me out of what I'm making for you. So it is on some level of, I wouldn't say greediness, but I know what my career is offering me. So to go and work under someone, it's either we work in partnership level or whatever the means is, but I haven't had anyone who has come up with that terms and conditions that I have given so far. So it is not about just going back. If I have to go back home, then I'm going to establish myself. And currently, I've had offers from the US. I've had offers from is it Rwanda of this one
Is it an African country?
Yeah, I've had offers from 3 African countries.
This year or 2019 or 2018?
It's been going on. Because some of these people started approaching me since 2012.
Hey.
Yeah. There's this company, I don't know if I should put their name out, but Omwa Ghana. They've been asking me to come to Ghana since 2012. Do you understand? But then the terms and conditions that I have given so far, they still haven't met up with the terms and conditions that I have given. So, but we've been communicating back and forth, and we've been discussing what has to be done and here and there. So sometimes whenever they do production, at least they give me an eye to just overview whatever they've done, give them comments here and there. So, yeah.
Proper, lekker, dope. So speaking of South Africa here, who are the top guys in the media industry that you've worked with here in SA? Let's not go to Ghana. Here in SA.
Companies that I've worked with or worked...
Company, it can be a company, individual. Who are those top guys up there that you've worked with? Or it's all like this upcomings?
No, actually, I have even produced upcomers who are now celebrities in this country.
Like who?
I don't want to mention names. But
Casper?
Dude, I'm not...
Okay, we're talking here.
I'm not into music.
Okay, movies, David Gennaro.
Yes. Okay.
So you brought David Junara.
Don't take me out of context.
Having a conversation here.
So when I told you, Okasama Minkebi. Okay. First of all, there are people that I actually started with who have now become top dogs in the industry. And these people are still playing like big roles on your major TV series, you know. And I wouldn't want to mention names because...
Can you mention the TV series if you don't want to mention it?
Yeah, there was one lady who was in a show called Unmarried. Yeah. And one of the guys that we all grew up together, Darlington has gone as far as Hollywood. Yeah. But he was somebody that we all started from in Sunnyside. You know.
Is he from Ghana?
Yeah, Darlington is a Ghanaian. Michael Darlington. And he's done so many commercials. But this is someone that we all started together. He even approached me and said, I can act. I didn't even take him serious around that time. But putting 1 and 2 together, working side by side, Darlington has gone as far as Hollywood. Do you understand? So that is to tell you how far we've pushed our career. So if let's just say I've been able to put someone who approached me and said I can act that I didn't take serious into a level of growth where the person has gone as far as Hollywood, then you must know that we've done big things. And when it comes to corporate productions in South Africa, I've done a lot of corporate productions. I've done TV commercials for the South African Policing Union. I've done production for National Lotteries. I've done productions for National Heritage Council. I've done productions for like a lot of them. A lot of them. And most of my movies I did for Mnet. So I should say 80 to 90% of my productions were for Mnet.
You're also part of Good Morning Africa, Nananga.
Good Morning.
Is it Good Morning Africa? Yeah, Good Morning Africa.
No, actually, Good Morning Africa invited me for an interview. And they've got a couple of stations in there. I think they have different channels in there. So what they did was that they invited me on most of their platforms for interviews and also to help groom some of the guys who were working there indirectly somehow. Yeah.
Proper, man. So aside production work, do you also have something that you rely on, or it's full-time production?
I used to do 100% production until recently. I decided to quit movies because the xenophobic attacks were now attacking our businesses. You understand? Not
in the production business.
Yes.
How?
When you produce, especially for, I don't know if I should talk about Mnet, but Mnet was the reason why I almost quit production, at least producing for Mnet, because the stories were too many. It got to a point where when you produce a movie now, they look at it as, oh, it was produced by a foreigner. They won't tell you directly, but all the actions were heading towards that direction. When a South African produces movies, it goes through. I know Nigerians and Ghanaians who were producing movies. When they take it there, the movie doesn't go through. We come back to the bench, we change names. I may be exposing how we are putting our movies on Mnet, but it got to a point where when we produce movies, we have to change our names into South African names, and then the movies get accepted. But that same movie got rejected because it was produced by, like a foreigner. So yeah, I got to that point where I'm like, you know what, until the movies I have produced make me money, I'm no longer going to produce. Until recently, or should I say some years back, I got a contact from some online film distributors who came to me and said, okay, look, we want to buy productions from you. So now I may be into production, but not for Mnet. And you may not see Media Africa Studios or Ernest producing for himself, but majority of the productions that I do now are for other people. So it's more or less like I don't have time to produce for myself anymore these days. Do you understand? But it's not like it is only production that I do. At some point, when we started making money, you know, you must have good people around you who can advise you financially. You understand? So I have this friend who came up with an idea and said, look, let's do business because production don't always come. So that guy, his name is Big Aquas, one of my very good friends, he came up with the idea and said, look, why don't you establish something on the side so that whenever you are not doing production, you can be falling on that. So yes, even though I do not have the luxury of time to be around that business, I still have to do it because at the end of the day, it's the income that matters. So yes, we've started a joint business on the side where we have a shop and then we sell all this kind of beauty products. And he's got a salon. So the shop is next door to the salon where you buy from shop A, you go to shop B, and then you fix yourself. And then that's how we keep going.
That's proper, man. So, with your recommendation, are you gonna say that with the foreigners who are aiming to do production in South Africa, it's not gonna work for them?
I'm not saying it's not going to work for them. People are doing it and they're surviving.
Foreigners.
Yes. I know people that we all started the production together. They are making it. They haven't stopped, even though there's this attacks on the foreign business. You have to develop a contact. Do you understand? So let's say if I develop a contact within Mnet, DSTV, and that person is able to submit my movies for me, I would always go back to him and he would always submit for me. But if I don't have that contact and the hassle we go through before these movies get licensed, it's just to that point where I'm like, you know what? I can't rely only on them. Do you understand? I can't rely only on them. So I have to look elsewhere and make other businesses. So like I'm saying now, most of my production is online business and they pay me well. Maybe 2-3 times the money Mnet is giving me.
See what I'm talking about? Too much money here. That man only knew Gojo. You see this Bugatti behind us? If I can show you the back view, in a little reverse camera, heater. Hey Joe, we're not playing here. We're not joking. Too much money. What are the advice that you're going to give to the upcoming, producers who are coming to SA to start up? What you have been through and all that, and what are you going to tell them?
Wow. Experiences are different, and consistency and character plays a role in everything we do. Somebody may not like me just because of their own understanding of Ernest. Someone would also like me because Ernest is a particular way. Do you understand? So whatever you do or whatever you are doing, the advice I would give to you is that stay consistent. Just keep up and don't wait for someone to come and employ you to do something. Whatever you know how to do, just do. There are so many people that I started with, their aim was to just act. And at some point, I had to tell some people that, look, apart from acting, what can you do in production? Someone says, well, I know how to write. Somebody says, I know how to do makeup. You see, there are some people who know how to do something within the same profession. So what I did was that I just advised them, if it is makeup that you're good at, keep doing it. Don't wait for someone to call you to do makeup. You can make yourself up. If it is special effect, whatever it is, just do it. Post it on your social media platforms. Don't go and be putting baitings, Look, use the platforms that you have. You see the social media platforms? You may have over 200 friends there. And there may be people who are friends to your friends. So the advice that I've always been giving to people that use your social media platform wisely. Because it has gotten to the point where we don't have to go to the TV stations to go and advertise our contents anymore. You have the free limit to advertise your own stuff on your own platforms. So one thing I keep telling people is that whatever you know how to do it and put on your social media platforms. Share it among your friends, your contacts, and that is how you spread what you can do. Don't wait for someone to come and employ you, because that will not come. And if someone comes to employ you, they will give you their terms and conditions that you might not be able to work with. But if you are able to build yourself up, that is where you can know your worth. And that is when people will start complaining that you're expensive. Where were you when I was putting myself through training? Where were you? How did you even know the software that I'm using? How do you know how I acquire them? You don't. Where do you think I get all these ideas from to do all these things? You don't. All you know is that NS is expensive. No. It's like I go to school and then I become a degree holder, and then you are just maybe a high school leaver, and then you expect that when you go and look for a job, you would be given the job. Or even if we are in the same company, just because I found you there, it means you must take higher salary than me. No. If you're a tool and an asset to a company, you will enjoy it. But if you are not and you're a liability, you'll just be there as one of the people.
By the way, if I give him chance, he will finish his whole conversation on my channel. Just say, we're going to end it here and then we're going to bring more next time. But you guys must tell me if you want to hear more from what he's saying. I know, sir, this Sunday siders will be wanting more.
Maybe, look, can I address something? Can I address something?
The Sunday siders, they know themselves. Address.
Look, I don't have issues with anybody in Sunnyside. I don't have issues with it. One thing people must understand is that, Vimy, what you do for a living, not because of friendship. So, because I know Vimy and because Vimy is a friend, I'll just call Vimy and say, Vimy, come do this for me. Dude, just understand that this is what I do for a living. Yes, we may be friends, and I may not be able to charge you like the way I would charge a person I don't know. So if you just will understand that this is what I do for a living, and so therefore when you come to me, I would have to charge you. What is the big issue in this? And you know the funny thing? They complain Ernest is expensive. But when they go elsewhere, they don't get the satisfaction. So why don't you just pay and get your satisfaction? Even if you're not going to pay, like I said, we may be friends or we are friends. Why don't you, Chief, you know what? Look, I can afford this. Let's just do this. But you keep quiet, you go, and then you start talking. And this is expensive. So, Mina, if I don't charge and I become broke, when I come to you, you'll be the same person that will be talking about me. I look at this Ghana guy, he's always asking me for money. Can we learn to patronize each other's business?
This thing, is it something that you've been experiencing with only these particular guys? Or there are even other people that you also experience the same issues?
Look, I've experienced this with both West Africans and South Africans.
Even South Africans?
Yes, but you see, the bad issue around this whole thing that I don't get is that the South Africans, they are able to understand that you do this for a living. So let's say, okay, you charge 10,000, Chief. I can't afford 10,000. I can afford maybe 5,000. What I don't understand is that there's one other Nigerian who I produced a movie for. Before I would produce his movie, he had produced 4 movies, and we were very good friends. 4 movies, and out of all these 4 movies, there's always a problem. He'll come to me. He produced the first one. He called me. He complained about sound. I had to fix it for him.
What was wrong? I don't know. It's sound.
You know, it got to a point where the sound was not, the lip sync was not in contact. The sound has shifted from the video. So the person is talking and the sound is different. And I don't know how an editor would not be able to solve such a problem. So he brought it to me. I fixed it for him. He shot the second movie. There was a color correction problem. He came to me. I had to fix it for him. On the 4th movie, I told him, Chief, you know what? We are friends. But it looks like you are abusing me. I have told you, even before the first movie he shot, I was the first person he contacted and told me he wants to shoot a movie. I gave him a quote. Around that time, I gave him a quote of 20,000.
20,000 rands.
Yes. That quote of 20,000, he said, I'll get back to you. He never came back. He went somewhere and paid 35,000. And then there was a problem. He came back. The second movie, I never saw him. I never heard of him. The time he called me, he needed me to fix something. So on the 4th movie, I took whatever I had to do for him, and I told him, Chief, look, if we have to be friends, let's be friends. If you want us to do business, let's do business. But this is abuse. Because you've paid someone a lot of money, and you're not satisfied with the job, and you're coming to me. Meanwhile, I could have done this thing for you from the scratch, and we wouldn't have had any problem. So after that warning, he never came to me. The time that I heard from him, he called and said, I want to do a movie. Then we sat down from the beginning. We produced everything. He was happy. Till now, I have not even heard from him.
This is the South African.
No, he's a Nigerian.
Nigerian.
But you see, with the South Africans, when they come to me, they understand it's business. They know they are going to a company for the company to render them a service. But with our fellow West African brothers, they come to you in the name of friendship. Oh, now my personal person, you now my guy you be? Why you won't charge me that money? Can you go to a white man's company and go and say that? No. I've had people who came to me and they were like, I went here, they charged me a exorbitant amount, and I came here. People also think I'm not that expensive, depending on what I can provide for them. I've been working with this company called Tauyapuka since 2012. You see, that man, he's the reason why I got access to do a commercial for South African police, like all the big names in this country. He's the one that brings me that project. He doesn't negotiate. That man doesn't negotiate. When you tell him, Chief, this is 50,000, he says, okay, I'll get back to you. That is how you run a business. Even if you want to negotiate, don't come to me and say, Ernest, I want to do something, and then when I give you my price, you don't negotiate, you don't say anything. The next moment you hear, unless it's expensive. At least I'm glad you're not saying I'm a thief. You know, I'm glad you're not saying I'm a thief, but the fact that I'm expensive at what I do, and I do to the best of my ability. Check the records. Everything I have produced, there may be problems here and there with productions, but it doesn't mean it's the bad. If it is the bad ones, I don't think people will be coming to me. But I do what I do because I know I can do it. And I don't brag about what I can do. No, I can do this. You see this, I don't do that. Bring the job. Let's see what we can do with the job. Let the job speak for itself. Not talking too much.
True, man. So yeah, there you have it. West Africa is open. You negotiate too much. Even if you say R1, you still say no, 50 cents. So yes, guys, there you have it from producer, director, Ernest Fosu. Media Africa is an individual company and also a crew. I'm surprised. Always it's Ernest. Me, who other crews? Are you alone in this?
Where have you been looking?
Online? I mean, when you're shooting music video, you don't even call me. Because he knows that I'm going to get one chick. Ernest won't call me. Until it's done, he will send me behind scene and tag me. Just imagine. Are you alone in this?
No.
It's always you.
Probably I do the frontline job. So maybe that is why you think I'm just alone here. But I've done projects alone before. Yeah.
But you are the main, CEO of the Media Africa.
When you say CEO, it's in...
Okay. The head.
No. Thing is, I am the one with, let's say, the production brain. But it will surprise you that before we go on set, there are things that are done by other people. I only come in at the last point. Somebody will do script editing. Somebody will do quality checks, pre-production, everything. I only come in when a date is set for shoot. And on shooting, if, let's say, I'm the one directing, sometimes I prefer to be the one handling the camera. Because a scene, the way I might picture the scene in my head, I would love to have that type of movement. And I may not be able to explain it to you, or even if I explain it to you, you might not be able to put in the skill or the type of angle shots that I want. Because if you check my movies, I have crazy angles. You understand? Some of them, it's not like I planned them. It just happened on the set that I look at where the whole scene is happening, and then I check which angle I can get a beautiful shot. So it's just that if I'm the one directing, I prefer to be the one to shoot. And I'll be the one to edit. So that is why mostly it looks as if I'm the only one doing it. But there are a lot of people.
Yeah. So yes, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like we said, we always try to bring you the best. I've been trying to call a lot of people for interview. I spoke with Dr. Malenga, Busi, a whole lot. Even Kelvin, Damano, Watlala in doing house music. Yeah, busy here and there. Just South Africa, everything is connection. If I have connection, we not forget about degree. If I have connection, you won't go anywhere. So yes, guys, I'm still trying to get them on board. Once I get them, you're going to see them here on set on my channel. So please do not forget to subscribe. Let's say someone wants to help you shoot a music video or commercials. How do they reach you? Or do you have to reach the company?
I don't get your question. If they want,
People so shoot in case someone wants to shoot a music video or a documentary or something, how do they reach you?
yeah, they can reach me directly or through the company. The number is 0835.
Is that a personal number or company?
Well, mostly I'm the one doing the job. And if you have to,
This guy will finish my lady.
man, if you have to bring a job, you cannot look for what do you call it, a house. You understand? You have to contact somebody within the company. At this current moment that I'm standing here, the only number in my head is what I'm calling out for you.
Normally they do give email, but because this guy Warata Basadi, he wants to take away my chicks, he's giving cell phone. All right, 007.
No. Let's start with the email address. It's Media Africa Studios. One word. Media Africa Studios @gmail.com. That is the email address. And then there's contact numbers.
Cell phone number. That one there, I know that if he doesn't put it, the show might not go on. Put it, let's go. 07.
It's 0835.
What's the sound? Hey,
I never said 07.
really?
I never said 07. I said
Okay, 08.
0835 079 334.
So yes, there you have it. Once you are busy here, someone is busy coming with a bull over. Hey, Radiesu, let me just. They did a mistake. They were supposed to make a screen for me here. But anyway, it's a low budget microphone. So yes, guys, there you have it. I think this is the longest interview and the first interview for 2020. So yes, please do subscribe. We'll be bringing a lot. Kindly subscribe. The name has always been Official Vimy. The wife I heard you. Till we meet again. Bye bye.